Have you ever been in the situation where you have a ton to do? You've got your goals to achieve, you've got work you've got to get completed, but you've lost your motivation to do it. Like it's sitting right in front of you, and all the tools that you need to be successful are right in your reach. But you just can't find that motivation. It's just left you. Well, I've been there, and I go in and out of seasons of this, and I have some tools in my back pocket that I want to share with you to help you just get over that hump so you can become productive again and feel good about it. Episode 96 starts right now. Welcome to the Lora Shipman Show minicast, a special edition of my podcast where it's just you, me, my mic, your earphones, plus quick tips and hacks you can implement immediately to improve your life and your business. Are you ready to get started? I know I am. Let's dive in. Let's be real. We've all been there. We've been there where we've seen a stack of work just sitting in front of us, needing to get done, but we just lost our motivation to even start it or look at it, right? And you'd rather just like scroll through social media to look busy maybe, or go to that coffee shop, just watch your latest binge-worthy obsession on Netflix, whatever it is, but you just can't do that. Reality hits and you've got to do work. Well, today, let's go through 4 tips that I have for you to help you get over this hump of loss of motivation and productivity. Okay, so the first one is just take the plunge and just start. Like the worst part of anything that's looming in front of you is getting started. And once you can get started, usually that motivation and momentum just kind of kicks in. So you got to approach it like a Band-Aid, right? Just rip it off and just jump in 2 feet full force and just go. And then it just kind of gets easier after that. And I know that's easier said than done, but sometimes, like I said, go after that rip off the Band-Aid feeling. It might feel painful to get started. Trust me, I've been there. But once you just put your nose down and just get going, it really helps. Trust me. And then if you can't, if you're feeling like I just can't get started, baby steps. This is my second tip, baby steps. Just commit to 15 minutes. Say, look, I'm only going to do 15 minutes, see how far I get, and take a break. And then maybe I can go play with my dog, or maybe I can watch a half hour of TV, or whatever it is that will help you escape so you can kind of recharge your battery. But starting with 15 minutes usually leads to 30, then usually leads to 45. And then before you know it, you've gotten stuff done. Okay, my third tip, and this is really important, and this may actually help you with tip 1 and 2, and that's identify why you don't want to get started. There's real psychology behind this because there are underlying reasons why you don't want to do the work. And if you can identify those underlying reasons why, you can tackle them and then you can get the work done. So here are some of the common reasons why people lose their lack of motivation and momentum and productivity. The first one is boredom. The projects that you have sitting on your desk or on your to-do list could be potentially boring to you. Yes, they need to get done, but they're boring. So if you can identify that they're boring to you, maybe there's something you could do about it. Maybe you can outsource those projects, or maybe you can batch task them together where you're getting all of those boring tasks done all at once so then that you can clear your head later. So identify if it is boring and then figure out how to make it interesting for yourself to complete it too. So think about that. The second main reason why people avoid getting work done is they're plain overwhelmed. Like there's just too much going on. You don't know where to start. The project seems bigger than who you are, all of those things. And what you would want to do in this situation is take a good look at the project and maybe break it down into little bite-sized pieces where now it doesn't seem so overwhelming to get it done. What maybe will take 8 hours to get done overall, if you break it down into little, 15-minute increments, you'll be able to get the project done in no time, especially if you set up your day or days to do 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and then it doesn't seem so overwhelming after all. It's just little mini projects that you're working on to get completed. So the next reason you may not want to start your work is just because of fear. And you have to remember that fear is a mind game that your ego is using to protect you against something. So if you can recognize that it's fear, then you can conquer it. So for example, fear may look like time commitment. Maybe you're afraid of the time commitment involved. And if that's the case, then you go back to our previous tip. Or you're scared that you may not get the results that you want. Again, that's a mind game. You need to tell yourself, no, I'm going to get the results that I need. Or maybe it's fear that you don't know enough to complete the project. Whatever the fear is, figure out what the antidote is to that, and then implement the antidote and then get started. It will work flawlessly. Like I found a lot of the times when I am procrastinating on starting my work, there are two reasons why. One is overwhelm, and now I know I have the tool to break that down into little mini tasks or projects, and overwhelm is no longer a thing for me. And the other one is fear. And if it's fear, now I find myself going to maybe Google or an expert or something like that to help me understand what it is that I'm afraid of and how to fix it. And then the last one is confusion. You may have confusion about how to get the project done or the task done. And again, that's something that all it takes is a little bit of research on your part. And once you start that research process, it gets easier. So you reach out to maybe your network of people who you know, like, and trust, who can help you answer some questions. I mean, I do that all the time. I'm part of a little social sisters mastermind. And whenever we get stuck on things, we reach out to each other. So surround yourself with those people so that you're not stuck in this loop of not getting anything done because you just can't get started. Now, my last tip and final tip here is rewards. Rewards works really well if you're that type of person who loves rewards. Like if that's your love language of getting things done, then do it for yourself. So for example, if you're finishing this project or you have a deadline that you want to get done, reward yourself with a manicure or a pedicure. Reward yourself with a trip to Starbucks. Whatever it is, if you operate on that system, do it for yourself. You will be happy, and it's also a little bit of a form of self-care. You're taking care of yourself for doing a good day's work. So I hope those tips help you conquer why you're not having the motivation to get anything done. Leave some comments for me. Let me know how this has helped you or what tools and tactics you use when you need to get ish done. Thanks for tuning in. Before you go, I just want to say thank you for tuning in and listening today. And I wanted to share something with you. As a podcaster, it's a unique experience because you're talking into a microphone and you're sending a message out there. And it's almost like talking to a black hole of sorts. You really don't know who's hearing your message and if it's resonating with anyone, if you've impacted anyone that day, all of those things. And it means so much to podcasters when you leave a message back for us, letting us know that, hey, the episode was great, or I would love to hear something about this, or just letting us know that you're there. It is huge. So if you could do me the favor of either just leaving me a DM on Instagram, messaging me through Facebook, or leaving a review on whatever podcast app you listen to, I would greatly appreciate it. I just would love to get to know you on a deeper level, maybe have some sort of communication. Maybe you even have suggestions for a show idea. I would love to hear from you. So don't be shy. Go ahead, hit me up on the socials, and I will see you next time.